I was keeping a close eye on this year's Game Awards, and it did not disappoint. I mean, aside from the major reveal regarding Resident Evil Requiem and the return of Leon, it also teased this epic single-player action role-playing game from Arcanaut Studios titled Star Wars Fate of the Old Republic. Now, imagine how this has been a game changer for the fans of the franchise, and it's been developed with collaboration to Lucasfilm Games. The trailer actually attracted a lot of attention. So in this video, I will tell you everything you need to know about this much-awaited project, and what to expect when the game finally releases. Now, here's the thing that you need to understand, because many people initially mistook this as the KOTOR remake, but it's clearly not that. Yes, I think it would be fair to call this a spiritual successor, but that's about it. The Game Awards 2025 introduced a slick cinematic teaser, and this has led me to believe that we are going back to the Old Republic era through a big, modern RPG. This narrative-driven action RPG will let you play as a Force user, and the choices that you make will push you towards the light side or the dark side. Lucasfilm and the developers have clearly mentioned that it is not a numbered sequel or a remake with a new coat of paint. Now, if you go by purely the marketing and early coverage details, the focus has largely been on a big cinematic story with deep role-playing choices and memorable companions and characters along the way. I can already tell that the action will be modern and relevant than the early 2000s KOTOR system, and it's being built for PC and modern consoles. Personally, I totally dig RPGs that come with a solid setting and storyline. Fate of the Old Republic has the potential to do really well in this department because it goes back to a fan-favorite mythic period that is thousands of years before the Skywalker saga. Lucasfilm Games confirmed this by saying that they were eager to tell a new story in this era because they wanted that creative freedom. The official description says the galaxy is on the edge of rebirth, and the story should capture a time of transition where the old conflicts are fading and the new ones are emerging. For instance, the teaser shows a rain-soaked plant, a small ship landing, and a robed character who eventually ignites a blue lightsaber, which is all I needed to see to confirm that we're stepping into Jedi territory with a new cast, keeping KOTOR's characters aside. But of course, it's too early for me to give you the details of the story because it has been kept intentionally vague. I have a feeling that the story will have more of a personal arc tied to the major changes going around, and the developers have promised an innovative storytelling experience specifically. Be prepared for some emotionally powerful and cinematic adventures filled with relationship choices, and I'm quite certain that the game will come with multiple endings tied to the moral alignment of the player. Developers have spoken openly about their vision of delivering a contemporary vision of definitive Star Wars experience, and I definitely like the sound of that. Another thing that I'm intrigued to find out more about is the details of Arcanaut Studios, a new team that has been founded in 2025. While this might seem like a fresh studio with no experience, you will be assured to know that Casey Hudson, the former director of the original Knights of the Old Republic and the Mass Effect trilogy, is leading the team and the project. Lucasfilm Games has been quite optimistic about their faith in the team, and we have heard good things from important executives about the studio's vision and enthusiasm. Hudson had said in an interview that the focus will be on creating a gameplay that includes immersive world building, and the general theme seems pretty aligned with everything that people loved about his earlier RPG work. I tried to figure out the specific platforms that the game will be available for, but there's no conclusive revelation regarding that. However, I have a feeling that given how it was announced at the Game Awards 2025 as a major AAA-style project, it will probably target high-end current hardware, and the Switch-style platforms will be doubt launch. Also, even though there has been no concrete gameplay footage yet, there are some strong hints about what to expect, and I can promise you some heart-pounding combat in the gameplay with some fascinating visuals. Also, the fact that Casey Hudson is associated with the project means that one can expect squad-style interactions, companion arcs, and branching dialogue wheels or similar systems. The project is quite some distance away. I know it's going to be an agonizingly long waiting period because no release date has been announced yet. In fact, the game is still in the stages of early development, and there's no approximate release window either. We're probably looking at a few years at the least, and while I want to remain optimistic, I have seen too many promising projects lost to development limbo. Maybe we should hold our horses for this one. And, any further official update can only confirm future details. Apparently, an industry insider has revealed that the game might not arrive until 2030, which tells you just how prematurely we are discussing about this. The project will develop a lot before launch, and a lot might change from the current vision that has been shared with minimal footage. I'm just happy that someone is taking it seriously, And as fans of the franchise, that's all the hope that we need. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this new venture, and also share what you would like to see in this game.